choice. I don't care when people say it's a mistake. Whether a man cheats on a woman or woman cheats on a man, it is a choice.
It's the same as blaming alcohol.
Exactly.
Blaming alcohol for it.
You choose. You know what it does to you, so why do you choose to keep doing it?
Yeah, whether you've done it or not, or done it to someone else, you've chosen to do that. You have to serve the consequences of what we do.
Because, and you know what, I tell people, even this whole situation of cheating and adultery, whatever they call it, infidelity, whatever.
Yeah.
I tell people that, guys, if you cheat on your partner and your partner decides to leave, let them leave.
Let them leave.
Don't fight them. Just let them leave. You made a choice to do what you did. Yeah, you knew the consequences of it. Even if you say you're sorry and you think you want to patch things up and you say it was a mistake, sure, maybe you are sorry, but guess what? It doesn't hide the fact that there are still consequences to actions. It doesn't hide that.
Absolutely.
And it's not in your court anymore. The ball's in their court now because you've made the decision, which caused this whole mess up here. Yeah. Now the ball's in their court. And if they choose to leave, that's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you.
You got to take the L and move on.
Take the L and move on.
Yeah, absolutely right. If she chooses to go, respect it. Respect it. I mean,
I was arguing with a guy about this, right? He's also a beta. And this guy was, you know what this guy was saying, dude? Yeah. He was like, no, men should stay and fight for a relationship. And I'm just like,
what are you fighting for?
What are you fighting for?
There's no amount of respect that you can get back and fight for, no matter how well you slice it.
Exactly.
Once a shorty's lost respect for you, there's no way she's going to, it's gone.
It's gone. A beta right now.
Maybe you want to convince her, stand outside with the radio outside the window, go for it.
Playing Careless Whisper or that.
You know what I mean? Playing Careless Whispers, bro. There's some more day on a Sunday.
She's just going to look at you like, ugh. Yeah.
You're just making the situation worse as it is.
Exactly. Learn to walk away.
Look at it and learn from it.
Exactly.
Learn from it. Learn from these experiences.
Exactly.
You might have done wrong. It doesn't vilify you as a human. You're still human. People are so hella set on, even though they've cheated or or victim or they so want to just take this accountability aspect. Men and women are like.
Men and women are like, yeah.
Take 100%. It. You know you did it. Take it. You're in a position of weakness.
Yeah.
You're in a position of wherever you felt. Exactly. It doesn't matter. You did what you did.
Take it.
The bell cannot be unrung.
Exactly. I just don't get the whole thing of trying to convince someone to take you back. I mean, when you made the choice. Obviously you want them back. I get it.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like you don't take this person seriously.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Like you don't take this person seriously, especially from a perspective where a woman cheats on a man.
Yeah.
If she wants him back and then the guy takes her back, she's lost respect for you.
She
won't respect you anymore because she realizes this dude has got no consequence to it.
No.
He's just gonna take every nonsense that I throw at him. She'll probably say all the nice things like, yeah, I'll never do this again. That'll go on for a while, and then guess what?
When you're in the fitness side of things, it really plays a big role in terms of your mental capacity.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about particularly us as guys, man.
Yeah.
Taking into the kind of things that are going on, look at the situation with what we just spoke of earlier with regards to the cop.
In
Tembisa. And then understand it to its full capacity. I'm not going to explain the troubles of somebody who's going through mental health issues because I myself, may I be going through it, maybe I need to go for an evaluation. Self-worth has gone down the drain.
I really think the pandemic itself exposed the seriousness of mental health in men and women, especially particularly with regards to marriage and stuff like that. I mean, during the lockdown, it made me realize that guys, maybe this thing is highlighting something. Maybe the pandemic is not a nice situation, but I mean, like there's always light in a dark room.
What's
in a lot of situations. So I figure that take this whole thing as a learning curve to maybe work on your mental health before you get into a relationship or a marriage. Because if you can't live with yourself, then something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Do you think our economy is contributed to this?
To a certain extent, but I think it goes deeper than. I think the economy exposed it. I don't know if it contributed it, but it definitely exposed something. Because the mental health thing, I think it's something that's really internal, bro. I think a lot of people are just carrying anguish and anxiety from a lot of things from the past. Especially a lot of people I've spoken to in the past maybe year or so.
Sure.
I've started to see a lot of patterns in people that, myself included, I can't come here looking all holy.
No, I get what you're saying. Hence why I said I could be going through, I could personally be going through something I don't know.
It constitutes in that
bracket.
Exactly. So I realize that maybe this whole pandemic is just a situation for people to just maybe take a step back and actually start, you know, diving into yourself for a bit, you know, instead of the rat race. So, yeah.
Social media, expectations, all these type of things do play a role.
Yeah.
They do play a role in what's, because you're literally looking at somebody else's lifestyle.
Yeah.
You want to put yourself in that frame. You think about, oh, I've missed out, I've done this, I've done that. Yeah. But I think particularly for men, the pressures of going through that are very hectic, considering age.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, it also gives you a time in your 30s.
Yeah.
To expand and to progress and be transformative.
Exactly.
I believe I say this because I've lived it.
Yeah.
I'm living it.
I'm living it as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why I always tell everybody who talks to me, I think my 30s are my best time.
I was actually saying this to my lady as well.
Yeah.
I was saying this to her. It's 20s, I've always said, were the worst times of my life. Right?
Sure.
Simply because, I mean, I don't want to go too in depth, but I realized that I was dealing with a lot. The loss of my mom when I was 18 definitely played a role in that. Looking back, I realized it did. And I think that also just maybe it put something in me that I need to chase after something in order to make me happy. Okay. So that's also when I went into the corporate world. And you know how that is. So hey man, so going into that, I realized that I was chasing this thing that I knew deep down I don't even want, but I want to feel some sort of, I don't know, self-worth.
Yeah,
so let me also join this rat race where I'm trying to, you know, get as much sales as I can. I'm taking out personal loans for shit that I don't even need. Credit cards.
Yeah.
I want a car.
I got a car paying off.
You're trying to look like a grown-up, so to speak, but it's like, you realize looking back that no man, this was all a bunch of BS. You were doing this for the wrong reasons. Like I already saw I was doing this for the wrong reasons. Then once I left at the age of 27, that corporate world, I spent, that's when I went straight into the gym world and started to realize that I'm getting myself together because I already went through a bit of a breakdown.
Sure.
I had a proper breakdown. I've never had that in my life when I was in corporate. And I remember when I was 29. This was on a Thursday. It was the day before my birthday, actually. So I was 28, turning 29. I speak to this American lady there at the gym. I was at Virgin Active in Lone Hill. I tell her that, hey, it's my birthday tomorrow. She's like, oh, how old are you? So I'm like, I'm 29. She's like, hey man, you're about to experience something called the Saturn return. I'm like, what? She's like, the Saturn return. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, your life is about to go full circle, meaning you're about to experience the first stage of your life. So you've literally hit that 360 zone of your life. Hence the Saturn, which is the planet with the ring. Yeah. So she's like, have you noticed any differences with yourself in the past month or two or even year? I'm like, I am a lot calmer actually. Because I told her I went through a robbery in a taxi where I was mugged and robbed in a taxi a year earlier actually. Oh no, a month earlier, what am I saying? And it didn't bug me at all. I was just grateful that I was alive, but I wasn't upset about anything. Like, my family were even worried about me. So like, wow, you would expect you to be panicking. And I'm like, no man, okay. Like I just moved on like it was another day. I bought a new phone the day after, so it was all good. She was like, yeah, things like that are basically an indication that you are changing as a person. You are letting go of things that you can't control anymore.
Sure.
You are actually getting calmer. And I actually realized that, yes, she actually has a point. Because I realized that I really don't care anymore. I'm just at that point where even if I lose a relationship or a friendship, I'm like, this is what it is, man, move on. And that was at the age of 29, bro. So that going into my 30s, I was like, yo, damn, I'm actually feeling the calmest and the happiest that I've ever felt when I was in corporate chasing whatever it is that I was chasing. So, and the sad part is, bro, there are men right now who are still there that I used to work with, who are still carrying all this anguish and this anxiety that I was feeling myself. And I used to see them like, bro, every day, these are the most timid guys in the world. Like they hide behind, I've got a C-class, what, I've got a BM, what. But you know when you can just smell insecurity.
Big
you
time.
Can just, like, you know how you test it? You test it when you actually tell them something that, in your car, it could be better, and you watch them fall off. Because they put their own value behind that car, behind having this chip. And then yes, you realize that my mental health is real too. It is real. And the corporate world exposed that to me big time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does play a part because you're pressure from this facade of life and
we suffer the pressure of performance, bro. The burden of performance. What
does every weekend at Concord do for your head?
Exactly, bro.
Does it make you fulfill you.
Exactly. Like,
I think,
have you ever been in those situations, bro? Like, I'll give you an example. Oh, this was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
This was 2015 sometime, where actually I just started at my new department there at the company I was working for, the bank, and I remember they were taking me out somewhere to some bar somewhere or pub in Soweto. I forgot the name.
Yeah.
Hey, so this homeboy had just bought, one of my colleagues, he just bought this nice, brand spanking new, almost like charcoal black GTI, Polo GTI.
Alright.
So he was really feeling himself. So we go out. It's a good time. I am just enjoying myself. I didn't go there with any expectation. I was just enjoying myself. Just being me. You know, I hardly even drank, but I was just feeling good about myself that day. Sure. This dude, you could see he literally put his own self-worth into that car because he was going there with the intention to just keep getting girls and getting numbers. Almost like he was at work, like he's trying to get targets, you know what I mean? But man, he had promised to take these other girls home. He said, you know what, when we're done with the night, I'm going to take you girls home. But because he was so pissed off at the fact that none of the girls that he was approaching and buying drinks for and basically flossing for were actually into him because he was giving out that desperate energy.
Wow.
He just up and left. So the girls that he was meant to take home were like, oh, what's going on? He's like, oh, well, I'm not going to get any sex tonight, so, screw all of them. He literally left like with a tantrum, dude. Like, I was like, what the hell? I had to end up taking those girls and I still had a, a good night. And I'm thinking to myself, like, looking back, I realized that, yeah, man, it's like, why are we putting our value in all these things? This guy could have probably got with these girls if he was just relaxed, had a good time, revealed his true best self, and he would have been fine. But because his car was literally his identity, and that's when I realized that most of these guys, it's why we find a lot of these guys these rich guys are also beta males, because let's say they think, I can get girls because of this. Let's say you take one of those girls away from them. Watch those guys fall apart.
Oh yeah.
Watch them fall apart.
I mean, some guys do. Some guys don't need any type of flossing mechanism to get a girl.
Girls just come to them.
Your character just
your character,
I've been in many scenarios, or a few scenarios rather. We have just spoken, just being me.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't forced it.
Bro.
Never said, girl, I'll buy you a 6-pack, everything with Don Perignon fly and a platter of 32-piece chicken and news cafe, let's go. No.
You're trying to buy this woman, and I've learned, you can't buy a woman's love, and you can't buy a woman's respect.
No.
More importantly, you can't buy a woman's respect, bro.
She's not and if she does still come to you, she's not respecting you. She's respecting your wallet.
Exactly. That's what she's there for.
She doesn't respect the power behind that money.
She doesn't respect the power behind that money, bro. She's just a guy who has nothing that what you have, but because he has a character that makes her all tingly inside, she'll go with it while you'll be the guy who's probably finding their dates.
Oh, I mean, really?
Dude, really? That is actually happening.
If she had her way, she'd take your money, put it into him.
Exactly. It's a lesson that, fellas, let's just work on our mental health and our character. Because that's what's going to help us win. With women, with anything in life, actually, is our character. Not our wallets. Our wallets, I see money as a lubricant. Money is a lubricant for life. It just makes life a bit smoother.
It makes things
But, I mean, if you see, what's in that honey, did you ever hear the story about the American girl who jumped off a building recently in New York? She was Miss America 2019. Beautiful girl. Her name is Chesley Christ or something like that. She's a half black, half white girl.
Yeah.
Beautiful. She was even like doing TV work where she's interviewing with Denzel Washington. She was successful. But then she goes on her Instagram, leaves a message saying, she puts a post saying, may this day bring you rest and peace. A few hours later, she jumps off her 60-story building there to her death.
Wow.
And then her mother comes and says, she was dealing with a lot of demons and stuff. And I'm just thinking, is that not a lesson for men and women that regardless of money, regardless of status, regardless of whatever, external accomplishment, if you are not happy and fulfilled within, you're going to fall apart.
You're going to have a lot of problems.
You're going to fall apart. And how many other celebrities or influential people have we seen kill themselves? Anthony Bourdain, the chef, who else? So many others.
Yeah, we need to speak more. We need to have these conversations with each other. We need to. We need to talk about what's really going on behind the scenes.
Bro, we need to. Because there's no outlet for men.
There's no outlet.
There's no outlet.
There's no platform.
We're just told to take it and just move. And it's like, people carry a lot of anguish, man, a lot of anxiety. It tells you that despite all that status and money, none of that stuff can keep him fulfilled. He chose to delete himself, and I'm like,
it's tough,
so
man.
Imagine the regular everyday man, bro, what he's going through. Robin Williams, with his money and status, could feel that. What can the regular everyday man, what are they feeling? Dealing with all my tummy sayings around there. be saying that one watch, you know, dealing with those types of chicks and dealing with the funny system, right? Why are those the most chaotic things, bro? Why are chicks like that so the most chaotic?
You say, I say,
no, there's one time you saying, I know, she's a sweetheart, so I'm not going to counter her. So yeah, bro. Dudes just need to learn how to just, you know, just talk. Don't be afraid to talk.
Yeah.
Especially amongst other men. It's something I've always thought of doing myself is if I can find and maybe have time to create some sort of a group therapy session for men where we all just sit and talk. And one thing I really believe in is mentorship.
Absolutely.
Especially for the young bloods.
Oh yeah.
The young bloods of today, they need a bit of guidance because a lot of these guys probably come from single parent homes. And that's why they probably all over the show because they're all emotional.
Emotional and stuff.
If I can find a way to just get them to get proper guidance from their old heads and teach these young heads how to actually really operate and move through life. Dude, I'm telling you, I feel like I've made a service, a proper service to the community.
I feel you.
And it's something that needs to happen, bro.
Yeah, and it's one person at a time.
Yeah, exactly. One person at a time, bro. Yeah. Honestly, I really think I'll help bridge some sort of gap there, especially from a mental health perspective. I really think I'll definitely help.
Yeah.
You know, dial it in somehow, but I feel like it's something that we just need to have, bro, because these conversations were never had, and I think our fathers and maybe their fathers before them probably suffered because of it.
Oh yeah, big time.
Especially if you look at their over-reliance on alcohol.
They didn't have the platforms to speak.
Speak, bro. Yeah.
They didn't know how to speak.
Exactly, they didn't know how to speak.
And if they were in their groups where they were their drinking buddies, it's just talking about other things besides what they're going through.
Soccer,
it's football, talking about how rubbish this guy is.
Bro.
You know, someone talking about they'll throw a bottle of this guy's head, say something else.
Bro.
That's how they function.
That's how they function, bro. But people will think, they were tough. I'm like, maybe they were tough that generation. But I see a lot of weakness in this as well. Because if you look at a lot of those men are old men now. And you just look at how they're behaving. And it's like, no, man, this is not an old senile man. This is a man who's carried a lot of crap from his youth. But he just didn't know how to maybe, work with it or deal with it.
Yeah.
Now he's an old man and we're seeing or bearing the brunt of that crap.
Absolutely. The after effects of everything that's going on.
Yeah, true. Because he never had an outlet. He thought alcohol was his outlet. So it's deeper than people think, bro. And it really just needs to be addressed.
It's nothing that's just sweeps under the rug and saying you're a man, you can get over it. There's no amount of that can fix the problem. We're human beings, man.
Just sitting here, and I don't blame them because I'd understand if I was in a situation where I'm sitting randomly with my family, then the cops bust in and take my father and I never see him forever. I would understand the anguish behind it, but to carry that, it's detrimental. It's detrimental, and you have to find an outlet to really just manage it somehow.
Because what are you passing off to the next generation?
Dude. And a lot of us are probably carrying our parents' baggage from those days.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, we are. Bro. So we need to do something and just... That's why I like this space that you created here, bro, is because I think it's going to help guys like me and many others to come.
Absolutely.
To come and just offload a bit and just maybe give their, their vantage points on how certain things are done and or how they see certain things, and it's going to really help, bro. It's really big.
Such a dope session that actually gets to talk on a Saturday afternoon.
Really cool.
While others at groove.
Chasing more parties and something saying,
with the Viv.
That's a good one.
Guys, thank you so much, guys. Subs, guys, if you guys want to follow Subs, where do we catch you again?
Instagram @subs_fit, and you'll find me on Facebook @subsfits. So if you guys want some sessions, some boxing sessions, please guys, pop me a DM and let's make it happen. I do travel around with my own equipment, so if you want me to come train you in your space, let's do it. I've got a client tomorrow morning actually.
Good luck, man. There you have it, man. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining the session, man. It was really nice. Episode 2 of Big Bear Online Bear Cave Sessions. Guys, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this. This is amazing, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.
Woo. Yeah.